Bow, bow, bow. Good afternoon.
Hello. Welcome to Channel C1.
To the world. This is Channel C1. I'm Cam King.
I'm DeMicah Jamal.
We can do it backwards for the streams. I start on the streams and then.
Okay. Gotta come with that energy. Gotta match that energy.
Oh, my energy's low today.
Okay.
We should chill.
But today we're talking about the Long Night episode, third episode of season 8 of Game of Thrones. We just dropped that on our channel if you want to check it out after you watch this. Also, we're talking about a new casting that just got confirmed about a new show coming from the Game of Thrones world called A Night in the Seven Kingdoms.
The Hedge Knight. Seven Kingdoms, the Hedge Knight, one of the prequels that they're working on.
And after that, we're going to talk about the season finale of Invincible, as well as doing a tier list of our favorite characters from Invincible, and any characters involved in season 1 or 2. Thank you for checking in with us. Would you like to start with the Long Night or the Hedge Knight?
We'll quickly start with the Hedge Knight.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know much about this story. What's going on, Cameron King? What's going on?
Well, I haven't read the book. I read a synopsis on it. It's based, at least, it's based on the first novella of a series of novellas by, of course, our infamous George R.R. Martin. It's based on the Hedge Knight, in which the main character is Duncan. He is a squire for a knight, Sir Arlen of Pennytree, and I believe his knight dies. He's a nomadic hedge knight, as they say. His knight dies. He takes up his armor, his horses, his money, and kind of wants to win, better his life, I guess, under the name of Sir Duncan the Tall. And en route, he gains his own squire and a boy nicknamed Egg, who I believe is Aegon Targaryen, who ends up becoming, fifth of his name, King Aegon Targaryen, the father of the Mad King.
Grandfather, I thought.
Or grandfather of the Mad King Aerys, the second Targaryen. Something along that lines. Yeah, he ends up becoming Aegon the Unlikely, is what his name is.
Mm-hmm. Excitement level for this?
Seems pretty excited. A lot of people, when I look up, like, do people like, this book compared to like his Game of Thrones stuff, and people really like it because they say that George R.R. Martin got his start in short stories, so this is kind of his perfect medium, and his character development, his storytelling really shines in his tighter knit stories.
Okay.
And we also recognize that because we prefer House of the Dragon over Game of Thrones, which is a tighter knit story.
Yeah, everything's more personal because all the characters are interacting with each other on a day-to-day.
And the fact that the main character, well, one of the main characters is a Targaryen, the other one is not a Targaryen. And so I do look forward to that, following around a non-Targaryen. And also, this is during a time when the Targaryens are still ruling, and I believe they're ruling somewhat peacefully. Okay. Because there's no the rebellion, Robert's rebellion hasn't happened yet. Like we're that's like way 80 years from that or something.
Okay.
And it's about 100 years after Rhaenyra and Aegon II's war. So it'd be cool to see the state of the world.
Like after whatever happens in House of the Dragon, which we haven't read the book, so I don't know exactly how it ends. I know, dragons die, but I know a Targaryen is still going to be on the throne regardless. When I heard about this story initially, we both kind of thought that it wasn't about a Targaryen. It's about two just random people. But then we found out it's about a Targaryen. It made me wonder, will there ever be an adaptation from the books that centers around someone who is not like obviously the Hedge Knight isn't Targaryen, but of course his squire is still a Targaryen. Yeah. So I'd be curious if there's ever gonna be a story that doesn't necessarily center around that, like anything. I guess maybe. Well, he probably wouldn't. I mean, unless he goes way into the future, as far as post Game of Thrones, post season 8, or post whenever he did his last book. It'd be interesting to see a story about that, or just the story beyond Targaryens after like Bran's rule. But was it his plan in the books to eventually have Bran become the ruler of the Seven Kingdoms?
Who knows?
But yeah,
who knows?
It should be interesting. I have faith, just because even though we didn't love the way Game of Thrones ended, we did enjoy it and see it as a very quality show for the most part. We have finished watching it, by the way, if you don't know. We just haven't uploaded every single episode because we haven't finished editing those. And House of the Dragon is also good. So they got a lot of credibility. We will definitely be watching this as soon as it comes out, whenever it does.
There is a spinoff in the works entitled 10,000 Ships. I don't know if this is one of the ones that's going to be animated, but this prequel will reportedly be set 1,000 years before the events of Game of Thrones and would follow Princess Nymeria, an ancestor of House Martell who founded Dorne. Known as a true warrior, she was such an iconic figure in the world of Game of Thrones that 2 characters from the original series were named after her. One of the Sand Snakes, and as well as Arya Stark's direwolf.
Nymeria. Yeah. Okay.
According to Martin, the working title 10,000 Ships refers to the military move in which Nymeria ordered all her ships to be burned after her army traveled from Essos to Dorne, so that turning back was not an option.
Oh, wow.
Martin also confirmed in March 2022 that there was a writer writing the project, Amanda Siegel, and had already delivered a couple drafts. So we don't know exactly the status of that project, but we will. Hopefully that's something that comes to, because that's non-Targaryen for sure.
Cool. That'll be interesting to see. But yes, look forward to it. Interested to know your thoughts in the comments below once we post this live video. The Long Night.
The Long Night. Oh,
the
man.
Long Night. Very dark. We just dropped the reaction for it. I just rewatched it just to get like a quick refresher.
Got some notes to guide us with this one.
And I was thinking, the title, like, I was thinking they should have named it Somehow Samwell Survived. Because there was a couple scenes, he just cut to him and he's just like fighting or on the ground. Edison's, saved him at one point, which is a name I never really remembered consistently, but now I know. But yeah, it basically starts off they're just standing, or they're getting ready. Samwell's getting ready, Tyrion's getting ready, they're going to the crypt. Greyjoy is pushing Bran to go to that secluded place where he can be like protected and whatnot. And then the first character you see out of the darkness is the Red Woman. She comes in there. She's like, "Do you speak their tongue?" And he's like, "Yeah." Tell them to lift up their swords. She lights up their swords. And I like that scene. I thought that was cool. Her impact right there.
No, it was good.
It was nice. I thought that was cool. Of course, I remember enjoying the episode, but after rewatching it, there was some moments like, damn, a lot of people did not die.
The episode is exciting.
Yeah.
On first watch, sure, it's exciting.
Yeah,
now,
it's exciting.
It starts to break down when we think about the logic of things, just like episode 6 of season 7, the episode that I fucking hate to this day, starts to break down when you think about the logic of things, which you can't do that all the time for TV. Because if everything was logical on TV, it might be boring. It might not be fun, and it's a fantasy world.
Right, yes.
But there's like a boundary.
Yeah.
There's a point of no return where it's like, okay, too much has happened for me to suspend my belief right now.
Yes, because it starts to build on each other, and it takes you out of the show and reminds you that you're watching a show.
I think the most egregious thing about the episode is not the episode itself being bad or not entertaining. It's entertaining. I don't necessarily think it's a particularly bad episode. I think the decision to contain the Long Night, to have the Night King, this threat, this villain that you have been building towards for 7-8 seasons, resolve in one fucking episode.
That is pretty crazy. Yeah. Yes. Now, yeah, because it's like they could have had a moment where, okay, it felt like, okay, maybe before Arya kills him, they have a moment where they're at, like, a lot of the dead people are gone or whatever, or dead. He hasn't like raised them up yet, and they're in a predicament where they're basically looks like they're about to die, and maybe they end the episode there, and then we cut back, and then it's basically like a more
or like maybe they lose Winterfell.
Yeah, and they have to retreat.
The whole season should have been a war with the Night King.
Yeah, they retreat, and then Cersei is like, "Fuck, I didn't expect y'all to retreat." It's like, I expected one of y'all to die, but now it's like, damn, we have a chance to beat the Night King if we help y'all now, but we know y'all gonna be mad at us for not helping initially, so it'll just create another little conflict for them to try to get through. But what's his name? Jon and Daenerys are standing on the side waiting with their dragons, and the Dothraki charging. All their fire like burns. They goes dark. Some of them run back. Jorah runs back. Somehow survives that initial onslaught. A lot of the horses start running back, and then Daenerys starts to go get on her dragon, and Jon's like, "The Night King's coming," and Daenerys is like, "The dead are already here." And I don't know. I mean, maybe he was like, "Don't go out there yet."
He was saying, "Don't go."
I know what I'm saying, but like, don't go out there yet because you want to find where the Night King is so he can't catch you off guard, I guess.
Yeah.
But even then, it was just
your
like,
forces are about to die.
Yes, they're about to die. So like, she's got to go out there.
No, the whole tactics of the battle, and mind you, I'm not a fucking wartime general.
Right.
But it was stupid. Why would you even charge an undead horde?
Yeah, they're gonna come.
What did they have to gain from that?
They're gonna come to you.
And I think in the video I said something about, we're in a defensive position. Why are we playing offense?
Yeah. Yeah, they're coming to you regardless. Once again, like he said, we're not war generals. But looking back on it, it's like I feel like they didn't necessarily. I mean, I get having people on the ground, but if you have the torch, I mean the trench, because they took a minute to light the trench.
Yes.
Why not already have that lit?
People on the other side of the trench behind it have another trench behind them, and then each time they come over a trench,
now you got.
I mean, I know they didn't have a ton of time to prepare,
right?
But that I'm just saying.
But like you got a couple trench, and why is the trench so close to the? I mean, I guess the further you put it out in front of the castle, the more of a trench you have to create.
Yeah.
But still, I feel like the trench was right there at the castle, and yeah,
where like. They should have had more people with arrows with dragon glass.
They had those fireballs that they were shooting, right? They had to stop shooting the fireballs because now the Dothraki is over there. They said, okay, cease fire. You can't keep shooting the fireballs because you're going to hurt your own troops. But if you never rush the Dothraki out there in the first place and you're just shooting the fireballs into their army, you can keep shooting them.
Where is the flank? Why aren't the Dothraki hidden on a hill way far to come in like the Vale did for fucking Ramsay? You know what I'm saying? They can try and fight.
Oh yeah,
I know the knight has a lot of forces, but that would have still been a smarter move
to come in and like get him from a different
pincer maneuver with the dragons coming from one side and the Dothraki coming from the other. Like that makes more sense to me than just charging him in the darkness where you can't even fucking see him.
Yeah, I did like when the Red Woman said Valo Margulis to Grey Worm. He was like Valadar. It was just like a nice little call back to them being kind of from similar places and whatnot, or her just knowing shit about people.
Well, knowing that they're from Essos and everything, and that's all a big thing.
Essos. Davos saw the Red Woman. And he wanted to kill her because he's promised that he would when she came back. And she was like, "I'll be dead before the dawn. Don't worry about me, sugar."
Just like if it fails, I'll be dead, and if it doesn't fail, I'm killing myself.
Yeah. So he was like, "All right, true. That's cool. You better be dead or I'm gonna kill you." And yeah, so you got, they just cutting back in between our favorite characters, They're cutting to Jaime, they're cutting to Brienne, they're cutting to Edison, they cut to the Hound, they cut to Beric Dondarrion, whose name I always forgot. His name, he's the eye patch man. Let's see. And then eventually Daenerys attacks with the dragon. She starts, she runs into battle, her and Jon. Fire, boom, 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 yada, yada, yada. At one point, Jon sees the Night King, or he sees the White Walkers, not the Night King, but he sees them sitting on their horses, just watching. They look at him, and then they cause a snowstorm or whatever, and it creates all this smoke to where him and Daenerys now they can't see. They kind of like disabled the dragons in a way, or minimize the dragon's effect on the battle. And they're just flying through there. At a certain point, they tell them to light the trench, but they can't. But Daenerys can't see them. Fucking Davos is waving; she can't see. So, of course, at the very last second, Red Woman is able to light the trench right as a dead person's flying right to her face, and like the fire takes them out or whatever. But at a certain point, they're just watching the fire, and then the Night King tells them just go into it, and they start using their bodies almost to. Put the fire out, and crawling over each other.
What if they would have had that trench up further a little bit, and all the Unsullied behind it was fucking flaming spears
and
or some shit.
As soon as they get past the fire,
and then if they had a second trench as that, because of course the bodies are going to build up and put out the fire. Essentially, they back behind that trench, like that motherfucker on fire.
Right.
It's just make no damn sense.
Yeah, but once again during the episode. We like, oh wow.
Yeah, no, even during that, I still like, the action was cool, but I literally was like, what are we doing? We're on defense. I remember saying that. I was like, we're on defense. Play defense.
I don't remember what I said in the episode, but I feel like I do remember thinking like, damn, how are they gonna survive this?
No, you know what you kept saying? Oh man, so many. Hey, Delix, what's going on, brother? We're talking about Game of Thrones. We're talking about the long night. I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones or not.
Oh, you must have came in while we were doing this. We were saying that's how the fucking not Dothraki, but the Unsullied should have been stabbing the fucking dead people while they were crawling over the fire.
You kept saying during the episode, who gonna die? oh, somebody about to die.
Oh,
this
somebody
person
gonna die.
Oh, Sam gonna die. Brienne gonna die. Like, and we like pass Sam's picture, and it's like Sam gonna die.
Oh,
and Sam gonna die, and he didn't die. He didn't. It's been years, so you did watch all of Game of Thrones. Yeah, we just released our
episode 3,
Long Night, episode 3 of season 8, where they fight the Night King and beat him in one episode. Now we're just kind of talking about it and reviewing it.
But yes, so the people who ended up dying: Jorah, Edison, and Red Woman, and Beric Dondarrion, and Greyjoy. So 5 people, but I mean, it's still 5 people.
But no main characters.
Well, no, I didn't. I mean, okay, yeah,
really, except Jorah.
Okay, because if we classified as main characters, we would include Tyrion, Sansa, Arya, Bran, Jon, Daenerys,
Sam.
You said Sam as main?
Yeah,
I'll
Sam,
put him more
Davos.
in a Jorah category.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'll turn the music up a little bit. It's just there for a little background though.
But yeah, Jorah was kind of in the same, I would say, same vein as Samwell, as far as their tier in like main characters.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're still part of the main.
Yeah. Okay.
They're on more. The fucking Ed from the Night King from the Night Watch is only on like 2 episodes.
Yeah,
per
he's
season.
definitely not.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he's side.
Dedric's not.
Beric is also.
not. Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
Greyjoy though had a little bit of a main.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So he died.
Yeah.
So, Theon died. Melisandre,
So
Ed,
2.
Beric, Lyanna.
Melisandre died after the battle, so I don't.
Lyanna Mormont. That's her first name.
Yeah.
Okay, so she wasn't really main character either. Yeah.
Ah, yes, the Joy, the King of Simps. Yeah, you remember Delix.
But
also,
she did kill that giant. So she took.
If
one
anybody
out.
on
Nice.
YouTube's watching, can't see chat for some reason, we are streaming on 2 platforms. We are streaming on Twitch and YouTube. So if you want to see the Twitch chat, unfortunately, got to go over to Twitch.
But yes, what you call it? The Hound was scared of the fire for half of the fight, and then he, I guess, kind of conquered his fear. The Beric Dondarrion was there to sacrifice himself and save Arya.
I was cool with that scene.
Yeah, that was chill. Red Woman was like, "What do we say to the dead or the god of death or something?" And then she was like, "Not today."
Not today.
And immediately knew what to do. Almost like when fucking Doctor Strange told Iron Man.
Yeah.
And Iron Man was like, "Oh,
Right.
I gotta snap."
Because that's what her sword trainer used to tell her back in like season 2 or season 1.
Oh yeah, and she remembered. That's what I knew something. Somebody
Right.
used to tell
This
her
was-
that. I forgot who.
That's why I'm like, oh, Arya killing the Night King is
It was still
stupidest
cool.
thing. Like it makes sense for her arc.
And the way she did it, dropping the sword,
I do
that was clean.
like a comment I just read on Reddit, the idea of her and Jon fighting the Night King, and maybe Arya saves the day from Jon a little bit. I don't know. That way Jon
like if they both were.
Yeah, I just still feel like Jon should have had some kind of toe-to-toe with that motherfucker.
Yeah. The fact that the Night King, you feel like the Night King is very egotistical and wants the 1v1.
Yes.
For like him to have Jon right in his face and just be like, "Nope, raise the dead," and have them fight you, and not even really have any sort of battle with Jon, and then all the people in the crypt, dead people in the crypt, fucking raise up. Tyrion and Sansa have a moment together.
Yes.
Where they're hiding down there.
Crypt is the dumbest decision I've ever seen a group of characters make.
Yeah, because you feel like Tyrion would have had a sense to know. Like if anybody would, him or Varys would have been like, "Wait a minute, there's dead people down there."
He raises the dead, right? Hey, you know what'd be a good idea,
And
bro?
Jon saw him raise dead
Yeah,
people.
you know what'd be a good idea? Let's go hide where the dead hide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, when they suggested doing that during the episode, I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I didn't pay attention. I was like, okay.
No, I didn't catch it either. But as soon as they did come out of the tombs, I was like, oh, that was dumb, huh? Wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, you would think, based on the characters we know, one of those 3, Jon, Tyrion, or Varys, would have said, "We can't hide down there because dead people." Yeah.
Reminds me of Return of the Living Dead, and they're hiding in a morgue. I feel like I've seen that. Yeah,
What's called? I had a nice kill. Arya had another nice kill in the library when she accidentally walked up on the fucking Lady White Walker or Lady White or whatever, and she stabbed her in the fucking neck right here. That was very, very entertaining to see because it happened so fast.
Right.
I really liked that part.
The library scene was actually really tense.
Yeah.
And like horror-esque.
Yeah,
they definitely did really well with
element
that. They
to it.
definitely did really, really well with that.
Yeah.
What else on the episode did you notice that you...
I mean, there was a lot of people. I mean, I remember they fell back. Brienne was fighting. She got saved by Jamie. The Unsullied protect the initial retreat. All this kind of stuff. Oh, the dragon fight with the Night King finally arriving because Bran went off with the warg, the Raven. Bran was literally asleep half the episode, warging. Right. He was just warging half the episode, it felt like. And they just kept cutting back to Samwell too, and Samwell was still alive somehow. He had one scene, Samwell was like on his back, and he was like, ah!
He was like,
it was like almost a little comical right there.
I really think he should have died.
But yeah.
He should have died.
Because we all know he can't fight. That's like his whole character.
My argument is that they should have added 2 more deaths, Samwell and Jamie.
Okay.
And Brienne. Sorry, 3 deaths.
Okay.
If Jamie being the one that's like, maybe not. But the Brienne, like, imagine Jamie seeing Brienne die after knighting her. And
all this kind of stuff,
because her character arc kind of got fulfilled.
Yeah.
She got her last little bit.
She saved Arya and Sansa.
Yep, she did her thing. She got knighted. Like, I'm sure we can create another arc for her, but she's grown. She's come full circle. She's whatever. Her dying made sense.
Greyjoy had his moment.
Somebody needed to die early and very unceremoniously. Like, no drama. Just head chopped off. Keep going.
Right, yeah.
Because that's what Game of Thrones does. It reminds you nobody's safe.
Right.
But instead, people kept surviving. Jorah survived at first, and then Jorah survives a bunch of fucking whites. And then
and
he
Daenerys
slowly dies in her
that
arm. Too. Right. We expect Daenerys to have the plot armor a little bit. We Fine. But
yeah. The dragon died. Rhaegar died. During the dragon fight, Jon falls off. He sees Night King.
He didn't die.
The dragon?
The Night King dragon.
Rhaegar didn't die?
No.
So Daenerys had 2 dragons when she went to King's Landing?
Yes.
Oh.
Wait, no. The dragon died on her way to Dragonstone.
That was... Oh, damn. That was her second dragon.
That was the next episode.
Damn.
Because you're on ship.
Oh, damn. Because we didn't see that dragon the rest of the fight, so it must have just been injured.
Yeah, remember, if it don't die on screen, it's not dead for the most part. That's the rule.
Yeah, that's right. Because fucking Euron got it with the fucking spear, the big ass spear. But yeah, I was wondering where that dragon was. And then Jon was just running like for half of the another portion of the episode throughout the throughout Winterfell. He was just kind of running around, hiding around corners, stabbing a couple people. Hiding around a corner, stabbing a couple people, which was intense. But then the whole time you got like the Greyjoy, Bran says, "You're a good guy." Greyjoy rushes in and dies.
Go die.
Yeah. Arya kills the Night King. Bran seems kind of happy, I guess. He just looks.
Bran seems kind of happy.
Yeah. Sansa tells Tyrion that he was the best of them as far as her husbands go, which isn't much to say, but and she was like, "Oh, we should have stayed married," and Sansa was like, "Oh, well, I don't know, considering your allegiance to the Dragon Queen might make things, difficult, or it might be a problem." And Missandei's like, "Yes, the Dragon Queen is the problem."
She's like, yes, the queen with her dragons is the problem.
Without her, we would be all dead already. That's what she said. Without the Dragon Queen, there'd be no problem. We'd all be dead. Yeah. Missandei, she had some good lines.
She did. I was like, this character was always one of my favorites, even towards the end of the show. It was very, very sad to watch her die. Something interesting you'll find, though, for those of you that are lurking in the background. This was the last enjoyable episode of Game of Thrones for us. I'll give you that little spoiler.
Is it?
Because
I feel like
the next 3 reactions.
Damn.
I think we enjoyed the finale more than episode 5 and 4. But episode 5 and 4, we did not. Because at the end of episode 4, I think is when one of us was like, I don't even want to watch.
Oh, right. Yeah, I said I didn't want to watch the finale.
The finale, yeah.
Episode 6, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to watch it, but it was like, damn, do I really need to?
I was like, at this point, we're like, okay, it's over.
Yeah.
She's dead.
Yeah. And I didn't remember, but while I was watching, I was like, oh, the Red Woman and Arya was a reunion because they had met before when she took Gendry away from Arya.
Right.
And she's like, oh, you're going to kill a lot of people. Brown eyes, green eyes, blue eyes. I was like, oh, okay.
Blue eyes is White Walkers.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, Lady Mormont, the way she went out was cool.
I like
the giant in the eye.
She took down the giant. Very paradoxical, or I don't know the word, but he's so large and she's so small.
Right.
Oh, Embo, hello.
Embo, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. But
what else on your notes?
There's a couple moments where I'm like, Greyjoy's still fighting, Samuel's still fighting, Jorah's still fighting. Like they're just fighting off a bunch of just not White Walkers but dead people.
It's almost like they made it too long.
Yeah, they just keep cutting back to them fighting. It's like
that's
okay,
what
they either should have died or not been in that situation initially.
And that's what I meant by unceremonious, like death. Like they're dragging out their deaths too much.
Yeah,
to where you're like, oh,
they need to get away or die.
Yeah,
like they just had them fighting. It's like it makes it even less believable.
Yeah, it makes both even the death and the plot armor less believable.
Yeah, if they had like some way like, oh, they got away somehow real quick, right quick, it's like, okay, that's crazy how they got away. But now that they're not, the fact that they're not dead makes sense because we saw them get away.
Why did we have another Daenerys moment?
Why? What?
Not another Daenerys moment. Another Jon Snow don't get on the dragon moment, but with Daenerys.
Oh, but she fell off, I thought, and he ran. The dragon flew away.
But like they were like kind of hovering there for a moment.
Where she didn't fly away.
She didn't fly away.
While all the dead people were like crawling on her dragon. When she could have flown away initially. Yeah.
Sam getting buried. Yeah, Sam
also cried during the episode, which I thought was interesting during the fight.
He got buried by whites. Brienne was getting buried by whites. They literally showed them like as if they were dying almost.
Yes.
By whites.
Also, the people on the front line, they show them get attacked, swarmed by the dead people. The dead. They get swarmed. They cut away, show other people. Then they cut back and they're not getting swarmed anymore. They're like running, like they're somehow got like past all the people that were behind them.
Right.
And was like, oh, okay, we need to retreat.
Because
now
Grey
all of
Worm
a sudden,
was on the front line.
there's like all this space around them for them to like stand and fight off one by one. But at first, like they were on the front getting swarmed. They should have died first, and then the people behind them would be left to survive.
I feel like they should have took notes from the Battle of the Bastards because that did a better job of portraying all like the, when they got swarmed, like they couldn't.
Yeah,
escape.
it was literally a pile of people. Like, yeah. But I mean, once again, I can't deny I still enjoyed it, like I've been saying. But
you enjoyed it, but looking back as you watch more of season 8, it becomes like, oh, it hurts. It's like, oh, this could have been more. This could have been so much more. We feel cheated. That's how I feel, actually. I think that's what it is. I feel cheated. I feel like the Long Night should have been 2 episodes or 3 episodes.
Especially Daenerys survived that just so she can go be evil and kill all these people.
The whole season, right? Yeah, there should have been three. There should have been a season 9. Season 7 should have been a full episode of Daenerys coming to Westeros, having trouble with all the kings and such, and then the White Walkers kind of coming down. Season 8 should have been all about the White Walkers. Should have been a whole season, I think, geared towards like the White Walkers and stuff. And then season 9 should have been her taking back, Westeros and fighting Cersei and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I mean, looking back on watching the episode, it wasn't that dark. They may have changed something or whatever, but it was okay to watch it in the dark. Like I could see most of the things. You watched
it in the dark.
Yeah.
Remember someone said you're
someone said you're supposed to watch it in the dark. I was like, okay.
Turn your lights on and watch it.
Yeah. So it looked all right, but
yeah. Imagine being a family of like 6 in the living room. You know, like
in
your
the
living
daytime.
room. Yeah, your living room's probably not that. Even when it released, it's probably not that dark.
Yeah. But overall, I
still I would give the episode like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because it was enjoyable still and it was exciting.
And as far as Arya killing the Night King, it didn't. I just would have rather her kill Cersei if I have to choose.
Yeah, if I had to choose.
Rather her kill Cersei. And the fact that Jon and the Night King didn't even fight.
I think that's part of it. I feel like Jon should have got a fight. Well, to be honest, what if Jon did get in a fight with Night King, but got a little bit injured?
Okay.
And then like maybe Daenerys was able to save him or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a screenwriter.
Right.
And Arya had to come up and kill the Night King.
Or something.
Or something like
her saving
because
Jon.
Jon was still the prince that was promised, right?
Sansa or something.
He was still the prince that was promised. He was still united the kingdoms,
right?
Except Cersei, to fight the White Walkers,
right?
So it's like he still did the purpose. No one said he necessarily had to defeat the Night King, and apparently in the books there is no Night King yet, or it may never be. It's just a bunch of White Walkers, as far as I've been told.
Oh, there's White Walkers or the dead people.
I'm saying it's a bunch of White Walkers. There's no Night King.
There's no Night King.
Yeah.
And the dead people,
yeah,
they still are included.
Whites, yeah.
But there's no like leader.
There's no like, as far as I'm aware, at least unless it's like been recently introduced or something. People have commented a few times. Yes, the Night King, as represented in the show, has not appeared in A Song of Ice and Fire.
Wow.
The title Night's King is given to the long ago legendary 13th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, who supposedly married a female White Walker and led the Night's Watch to commit atrocities.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's interesting.
Huh. That's crazy.
But he probably exists.
In some form, but not in that way.
Yeah. He's just not current.
But yes, that's our general thoughts on the long night. Any final thoughts?
Nope.
Yeah, it was pretty good,
nope.
But flawed.
Right.
Yeah. And now, if you're still watching, I don't know if any of you currently watching have seen Invincible season 1 or 2.
So we recently finished season 2. We're gonna do a little tier list.
We posted the finale. Quick thoughts on the finale. Thought it was a good episode.
Underwhelming.
But didn't feel like it should be a finale.
Underwhelming.
Yeah.
Underwhelming. Good episode, bad finale.
Because we feel like the order of things didn't make the most sense. We feel like either they should have ended the episode with Mark killing Angstrom Levy and then leaving all the aftermath of him dealing with his feelings about killing his first person, or like purposefully killing his first person, for the beginning of next season. Or this episode could have been the season episode 7 versus being episode 8. Or they could have him kill him like he did in the beginning of the episode, and then maybe cut and finish the episode with like a little bit of Invincible with mostly Omni-Man, and like maybe them working together to break out of the prison and almost get it or whatever. But we just feel like they spent a lot of the episode with Invincible sulking, which it makes sense for him to be dealing with that type of, situation, killing your first person. But they also cut to random scenes that could be set up for next season, but didn't necessarily contribute to the story of this episode or this finale, and like necessarily payoffs for any other things set up in earlier in the season. Because we got Immortal reuniting with Kate, which was cool, which I guess is kind of like a little bit of a payoff for getting that reveal that she's still alive. So I'm not necessarily mad about that. Then you got the thing with those women going into that tomb where their like ghost came out of the thing.
Whoever the hell that is.
Barely remember. Gonna play a part later. But
and then there was a season 1 tease for that too. Apparently, like something happened in season 1 with that.
Yeah, so
her father went in the tomb or whatever. So.
They could have started that off with next season or something. I'm not sure. I don't know.
It just didn't. It was so jarring of a cut. Like they didn't give it enough time or something. It was just a weird.
And then Mark killed Angstrom Levy, who has the power to travel through dimensions, while he's in a dimension that's not his own. So now he has no way to get back to his own timeline, which is like, okay, that's an interesting dilemma. Is he going to get back? Is he going to be stranded there? But now he has no one to interact with. So there's nowhere for the story to go necessarily, unless he finds another person later on. But that would be like for a whole nother season.
Basically, he just gets lucky.
Yeah, and they come back, and find him, which they've been living on Earth for 20 years without him. And they figure out time travel or whatnot, or how to travel through dimensions. And fucking Eve tells him, hey, I actually love you. Can you please tell me if you love me back in the day? See if we end up together. And then fucking Rudy, who now calls himself Rex, I guess. Because she referred to him as Rex. And he was like, what I told you about doing stupid stuff like that to affect the timeline. But yeah. It's just a decent episode, but not a finale worthy episode.
Yeah,
I like the post credit scene with Omni-Man and Alan. That was cool.
We love our Omni-Man.
Yeah, Omni-Man.
Yeah, it just he was sulking too much. The pacing was weird. It was too long. Like it felt long. Like even though it was the same length as other episodes. I just didn't like that Angstrom Levy was just kind of. Like you had a lot of time with him in this episode, but we didn't have a lot of time with him that season wide. Like they established him very early on in season 1,
and then we didn't. Go back
episode 1 as like a big threat.
Yeah,
and we should have had at least one more episode with much more screen time of him in it instead of just sporadically sprinkled out.
Yeah,
because it feels like they're leading up that he's going to be some antagonist that lasts multiple episodes, not an antagonist that's just.
Also, in Mark's relationship to Angstrom Levy is almost non-existent. Like there's no personal. Tension there at all.
Also, like, who the fuck are you?
Also, Angstrom Levy goes through all this trouble, traveling dimensions, whatever, combining his brain with all the other Angstrom Levies throughout all the dimensions, just to come to the conclusion that the way to beat Invincible and his dad is to be physically stronger. There's no like secret strategy or like clever, smart strategy to beat them. It's just like, oh, let me get really, really strong via these scientists. And hope that that's strong enough to beat Invincible and Omni-Man. Not even realizing like how it didn't seem like he had a clear grasp on actually how strong Invincible and Omni-Man were, considering how easily Invincible beat him, knowing that Invincible's not even one of the strong Filtramites. So that's, I don't know. That seemed pretty crazy that he's just like, I'm just gonna beat you up. When he had the time traveling thing, and the way that Mark was able to defeat the portal creation was just fly at him faster, which I thought was like, okay, I thought he would come up with something a little bit more clever. However, he did have the one moment where he came out of the portal and he was ready to attack. He was
ready to get his ass.
Which I thought, okay, that was clever. That was smart.
That was good, yeah.
We saw Spider-Man.
He also took too long to be jumping, like to avoid his portals. Like he went through like 3 portals before he was like, oh, maybe I should dodge him.
Right.
I'm like, Mark's smarter than that. Come on.
Yeah, he took a minute.
And yes, the Marvel crossover and the DC crossover, which apparently actually happened in the comics, but they can't for legal reasons show it, so they had to be as subtle as possible, I guess. What's funny is he's been interviewed about those scenes, Robert Kirkman, and in the interview, he goes, "That's not Batman. He's just referring to some superhero. I don't know who he's referring to. You guys think it's Batman, but that's not like he's playing. He's playing it off like because he can't say it's Batman, but it's just really funny. He's being all nonchalant about it.
Yeah,
he's like, that's not Spider-Man. That's Agent Spider.
Right. At first, I thought the A had something to do with like Arachnoboy.
Well, I was like, oh, Avengers because he's Spider-Man. I was like, oh, Avengers.
But also the mid-season finale would have served as a fine finale for the whole season. Where him and his dad get their ass beat and his dad gets taken away.
Yeah, that would have been great.
I would have been like, okay, that's a good finale. It had me excited to see the second half of the season. If they would have paced it out in a way to where that could have been the end, I wouldn't have been mad. But This finale was just regular, so-so.
So when it comes to these characters,
that's our thoughts. Let's see. Put the characters at the lesser, smaller role characters at the beginning.
Most of them.
Some of these characters are hard to remember.
I don't remember half these characters.
I remember their faces. I don't remember all of their names. However, I can tell a little bit of like what they did. All right. So Bulletproof is annoying. He definitely in the tier that he is. I guess F we're not including.
No, we are. We can't.
Okay, so we're just gonna leave him.
Gonna stay there.
The mom, she probably like C or D. Them as parents are just not.
I put him.
So maybe she's okay. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's fair. Cause him and Eve's relationship it's just so. I don't know. I feel like they never make any progress. It feels sometimes. I don't really know what that robot looking thing is.
That was a villain.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom.
Oh. Chrome just crashed.
Doom, doom, doom.
Dang.
Doom, doom. Oh, I thought you were going to hit restore.
That would be smart.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom. Duplicate. This explode.
Trying to look just for the picture.
Yeah. Is it furnace? What's furnace? Super villain.
Something about Isotope to fight for Machine Head. Is when they're attacking the team before they became the Guardians.
Okay, he's one.
You remember when remember that Isotope was that guy?
Yeah, him and the robot guy.
Yeah, him and Machine Head.
And they brought in Battle Beast.
Yeah,
and Battle Beast was tearing them up.
Yep. So I mean, he's whatever.
He's probably D.
Yeah, he whatever.
Robot Head. He was, interesting, kind of funny. I guess Machine Head. I guess you could put him C. Yeah.
Top of C. Yeah.
This guy was like Eve's arch nemesis or whatever, and she killed him, I think, and she felt bad about it, or she fought with him, and it led to civilians getting killed.
It wasn't much.
This guy's evil, but interesting.
What was he?
He's the one who would take people's bodies and turn them into like robots and stuff, and took what's his name?
Oh, so he's the one that's working for.
He's working for Cecil now.
Okay, he kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So I want to see what's going on with that.
Then Debbie. Okay. Then what's his name's boyfriend, who was affected by the doctor.
I feel bad for him.
I'll probably put him D or C. Maybe top of D.
Yeah, he's not really much.
Yeah. I think that's the. I don't know. I think that's the guy.
Yeah, he got his head.
Yeah.
My man.
Omni-Man.
Man.
He was like, yes, finally, action. And then he got killed by
He's
fucking
funny.
Omni-Man.
I'll put him at the bottom there.
One of the Mauler twins.
To be honest.
They'd be on the same.
So, I mean.
Together.
Come on, bro.
This one's
here. This one's here.
Okay. Right. But I like the Mauler twins for sure. Yeah, they're cool. Alan's girlfriend. She was chill. I'll put C or B. Top of C, bottom of B. Cecil, I feel like he's S tier.
Great character. asshole.
Debbie S tier.
Best mother in all the fucking television.
Mother of the year. Samson. They made fun of him because he don't got no hair. C is good.
What you mean by that?
What's his name? Bulletproof's like, your name's Samson.
I know. I remember.
Samson got hurt.
I remember. Thank you.
I don't remember Mark's friend's name, but he's chill.
Yeah, all right.
Chill. B, I think is fun. Maybe.
She annoys me a little bit.
Yeah, cause it's like, come on now. He trying to help you.
Like I get her point. They just went back and forth too much.
Yeah.
Until they actually had a conversation about it. I was like,
right.
All right.
Eve is all right. I would say maybe B.
You gonna put Eve all the way in B?
She don't evoke a reaction out of me.
I like Eve.
I don't remember exactly who that is. I feel like they were working with the lizard people. Maybe.
Yep. So that means they get to go here.
Omni-Man S. Yep. Can't deny it.
Is this supposed to be the Sequid?
I don't know what that is.
I think so, and I think that's supposed to be the Sequids. Maybe no.
I don't know what that is at all. Not even a
I'm
little
just
bit.
gonna put that there then.
Robot is annoying sometimes.
He can go right there with his girlfriend.
He's a creep.
He can go right there with his girlfriend.
Oh, Martian Man.
He was cool.
Yeah, he was chill. He was the one who got his head fucking taken out.
Yeah.
While he was wrapped around Omni-Man.
Yep.
Yeah, that was nasty. Oh, the Red Dash or whatever his speedster name is. Not a good boyfriend. Kept leaving his girlfriend. She was mad about it.
Yep.
To go fight. C, forgettable. He only lasted an episode. All those people only lasted an episode. Alan is S, I think. He's pretty chill. Oh, he was part of the Lizard Squad.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, from what I remember. Something.
I don't care about the Lizard Squad.
This guy was helping Isotope and Machine Head, but he seemed like he was on Mark's side at first, but then he like took the lead, and he was actually like the mob boss or whatever. Amber, she evoked a reaction. She tried to work through the relationship with being, but then she got threatened by Anissa and
just the girlfriends tier.
Yeah. Battle Beast is, we don't have enough of him, but he was beating their ass.
He was beating their ass, yeah.
So yeah, he's pretty. Immortal, he growing on me a little bit, but he kept coming back. It's like, you about to die again.
He's immortal.
When he first came back and had to fight, and immediately was like, "Where's Omni-Man?" Like, that was kind of funny to think that he was about to run right back into battle.
It is funny. You don't think A?
I feel like A is fine. That's fine. Oh, I feel like Donald is definitely A too. He been through a lot.
I'm putting him up there. He's got some nice growth for a little side character.
Yeah. Demon.
I like Demon.
He's pretty chill. A demon detective is funny also.
A?
Yeah, bottom of A. That's fine. She didn't only last the episode. Got killed.
Who was this?
She was part of the original super team that got beat up by Omni-Man at the end of the first episode. This guy's annoying, but he's funny sometimes. So maybe like C.
Who's more annoying?
Oh man, I don't know. Dang, I don't even know.
To be honest, I kind of think they're more annoying.
Yeah, that's fair. Rexplode grown on me for sure.
Yeah,
he got to be A or S. I think.
Yeah. I think he's S. He's not S.
Yeah, well, at least A. I think. Duplicate is probably like C or B.
I'll put her in B. I love her power set.
Oh, and like the little reveal that she's been off, like just having living vicariously, I guess, or dying vicariously through her duplicates. It's pretty cool. It's a storyline or plot point, whatever. Shrieky Ray, she tried. I mean, she did survive. She's injured now, but she tried to go inside that guy and grow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
give it to her.
This guy apparently is voiced by Mark Hamill. I didn't know.
Hi, Mix. Welcome in. We're doing a little Invincible Tier List. We finished talking about Game of Thrones already, but if you want to rewatch it later, please be my guest.
I don't know his name, but he makes their suits. He's pretty chill.
Costumes. I'll put him B.
Yeah.
Bottom of B.
Also doubles as a therapist.
Yep. Yeah. Good therapist actually.
Darkwing had a moment where he took Mark into the Shadow Realm or whatever it's called.
That was pretty crazy.
That was pretty crazy.
It was pretty cool.
Batman's sidekick, who seems, well, I guess his name's not Batman. Wait, is that the sidekick or is that the guy who died in episode 1? Because his name's not Batman. I don't remember what they call. I think they call him Darkwing. I don't know what they call the sidekick.
You never seen Invincible? It's actually it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Give it a try sometime. Amazon Prime. I don't know if you like animated kind of shows, but we like it a lot. Yeah. This is a superhero thing, but it's a darker take on some superheroes, and it's got some nice twists and turns.
Yeah. Especially the first season. If you watch the first season, I feel like that first episode will get you hooked.
Yeah, the first episode. Sure. Give the first episode in its entirety a try. And if you don't like it after that, that's fine. But it definitely gets you by surprise.
This guy's funny. I forgot his name. He has something to do with Seismic, Dr. Seismic. I think he's in the first season.
Okay, yeah, he was a better villain than some of the other ones, I feel like.
Yeah.
I do.
He's kind of funny.
But right.
And then this big head man, we didn't get much of him.
Stay right here. Stay right here.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Because why did you go through all that just to try to beat him up?
That was just so stubborn. I get it. He had 1,000 different brains in his head or whatever.
Yeah.
Messing with him. But
Krieg, Mr. Krabs voice.
Voice actor puts some C tier at minimum.
Yeah.
He's pretty chill. All right so far, to be honest.
He's pretty solid. He hasn't killed Omni-Man yet. Seems like they could have, but they wanted to wait.
He's not annoying, so I kind of put him above the annoying people.
Yeah. This girl died she's a Wonder Woman ripoff.
Love it. Love that. Died. We'll love that you'll try it. She would
died in the first episode.
They all go there.
Oh yeah. And then this guy is a secret Viltrumite, but he's turned on them and trying to help Alan. So that's cool. Like that.
He all right. At first I thought he was
shady because he did try to kill Alan.
A little shady, yeah.
Anissa is very chill. We don't have much of her.
Apparently people she does saying something bad or something. But right now, I really like this character.
She's pretty chill. She saved those people.
I know. If I put her here, somebody's gonna get mad when we post this.
But yeah.
And
Marcus, I wouldn't put him in S because he be annoying. He does trip sometimes. So
we're
A,
gonna put
I feel
the
like
main
A
character of the show. Top of A?
Yeah, I feel like top of A is fine.
Damn, I was gonna put him like third.
I don't know. I mean, he just be.
So
he don't always stand on business. He's not always trying hard enough because he doesn't want to kill. Which it makes sense. We get it.
So are these the only 4 S tier characters?
I mean, to be honest, now I think about Mark, he does have some. There's a level of depth to his character that is added with his internal conflict he has with killing people. So maybe
a lot of depth.
Maybe it should be S. I don't know. He was just annoying me in this last episode, especially after his dad told him, "Hey, you got to fight to kill, or they're gonna kill you."
Okay.
Also, they saying Anissa's so much stronger because she's like every time you lose a battle and almost die, you get stronger.
Yeah.
But I feel like that old lady that Mark was fighting should have been a fair amount of strong too, unless it starts to go again, like it starts to counter itself when you start to get old. So you being old counters how many battles you've survived.
Right, because you start to decline no matter what or whatever. Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. But I feel like if he was able to hold his own with that older Viltrumite, he should have been able to hold his own with a little bit with Anissa as well. And the only reason he was about to die from her is because he let up from the whatchamacallit.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like that's a fair list. Some people are gonna be mad for sure, but
are you excited for Invincible season 3?
Yeah. I'm still like anticipating it for sure. What about you?
I'm anticipating it. What are you most anticipating right now?
Omni-Man's breaking out of prison with Alan.
Yeah. I'm ready for that. That would be nice. What about in general? What are you most anticipating?
What's coming out?
Us reacting to
House of Dragon for sure. See episode once we finally get to, because he has not seen all of the boys. But once he finally catches up, because I've already seen seasons 1 through 3, and then we get to watch season 4. That should be interesting, as well as Andor season 2 whenever that comes out, Arcane season 2, and Dune part 2. Those are the things right off the top of my head that I'm interested in.
We just watched Dune yesterday, part 1. It's pretty good. I liked it a lot. So I'm actually very excited to watch part 2, which hopefully comes out not this week, but next week, I guess. And our plan is to release part 1 on the day the part 2 comes out, and then watch part 2 that day. So I'm excited for that. That should be nice. A coworker of ours went and saw part 2 without seeing part 1.
So that's interesting. Interesting.
And I was like, oh, okay,
all right.
He said he still enjoyed it.
Right, yeah.
You know, he could pick up the context clues and stuff. And I was like, that's interesting. That's funny. But yeah, apparently it's amazing. Heard a lot about it. I'm also excited to see you react to some of the other movies we'll be watching, especially specifically Harry Potter and Hunger Games.
Okay. Which, of course, I know a lot of the Harry Potter lore just because it's so popular and, you know, so present in pop culture. And
then I'm also excited for the animes that we'll eventually be watching soon too.
Yeah.
Because some of the ones on our list are ones I've been wanting to watch for a while now, and I decided not to watch them when we started this channel because I was like, oh, we'll probably want to react to them.
Fair. Yeah.
But thank you for all those that tuned in today. We started later than we wanted to necessarily. Couldn't find what I was looking for earlier. But again, every Saturday around 12 to 1, we'll start up the stream. We'll last about an hour, depending what we got to talk about, what we want to do. Sometimes might even play some games, might do some community stuff. Who knows? We'll have to see who tunes in, how popular it gets. But yeah, we have the rest of season 8 coming out this week. We have The Boys season 1 coming out this week. And then we have 3 movies on the way. We have Spirited Away, Joker, and Interstellar. We have those reactions in the work as well. Be sure to be checking out our Patreon for any full links that you'll be interested in. That'll be dropping this week. And we will see you next time.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.